you could change any choice you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of the Inspired Choices Show, business optimization expert, Christine McIver.
Here I am, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based...
We got a little extra music for you, just in case you weren't awake. You are now. Welcome, everybody, to the Inspired Choices Show. I am your host, Christine McIver, and we are on the Inspired Choices Network. And I'm giggling because there's an ice cream man outside my window right now, and I'm not sure if you guys can hear him or not, but he's quite loud. Anyways, we're going to see if we can go on without that interruption. Isn't that funny, especially being tonight around what this show is about? So tonight's show is how to know what your business requires. And it may not be what you actually think I'm going to be talking about, but we are going to see. So if you are watching live on Facebook, welcome, my friends. If you would like to ask any questions and interact with us in the chat room, you'll need to come to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com/chat room. If you are listening to the replay, I would love to hear what you thought about the show, and you can do that on any of the platforms that you are finding the show, whether it's on the podcast or it's on the TV platform. So welcome, everyone. I am Christine McIver, and I am a business optimization expert. And what does that actually mean? I work with businesses and entrepreneurs to really find where the gaps are in their business. I work with them to see what might be missing, what can actually, where we can grow the business, how we can really put a strategy in place and strategically plan for the next 6 months to a year at minimum. When we do this, we start to see where the business is functioning well and where the business is not functioning well. And to me, that is a ton of pleasure because it's kind of like finding that needle in a haystack. Or if you're someone that loves working with numbers, you like to solve puzzles, it's like solving a puzzle to me. And so when I work with you, we are going to go through everything in your business, have a really great look at it, and in a way that it's going to support you. If that is something that you would love to know more about, we can have a conversation and just see if there would be a match. So you can find me at my website, inspiredchoices.ca, or just email me, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. All right, let's get into tonight's show. So tonight we're talking about how to know what your business requires. Now, there are choices all around us, and the demands seem ever increasing. Do you often hear yourself saying, how can I know what my business requires? Or do you feel lost in all the things that are coming at you and all the things that people are telling you to do? If you're lost in a sea of overwhelm with business systems and programs and to-dos that could fill a month each day, it is time for you to learn what your business requires. Learn how to focus on your business and not what other people are doing or telling you to do. I am so thrilled for you to be here tonight, and I would love any questions or comments that you might have right here in the chat room. And we can get right into it. So, you know what? A lot of people really struggle with this. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what my business is asking for. And the very first thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about your relationship with your business. Now, we know that everything is energy, right? Your energy that you have within you was part of the attraction to have your business come to you and come through you. Your business was created from everything you are and all of the desires that you have on your heart. Your business was created out of the love and the desires and the expertise and the yearning that you have to show up in the world. Your business is a part of you. And so it's such an important piece for you to understand that even if you are legally the only owner in the business, you're not alone in your business. Your business is your business partner, and your business is here to support your desires. Your business is here to help you move forward in whatever direction that you really desire. And I want you to imagine if you had a string on every finger of your hand and every toe on your feet, not just foot, don't do one, do two. If you had a string on all 20, and imagine that those strings are going out to your business. And when you move a finger or a toe, your business moves. Your business is actually dancing with you. I want you to realize that your business is dancing with you. Your business is working in concert with you. Now, that's the great thing that you definitely want to remember, is that your business is working in concert with you. And here's the challenge. And you know there's always a challenge, because right now, if you're here listening to this show, you're struggling at what to do with your business in some areas of your business. Well, the challenge is that when you're going through a struggle, when you are having a difficult time, when you are feeling frustrated, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling, like you're not good enough, right? That old imposter syndrome coming in, the fraud voices in your head, whenever those negative things are going on for you, your business is reflecting that. Not great news, I know. And sometimes it's a little hard to hear. But here's the great news. You can change this. You can absolutely 100% change this. There's so much activity in the chat room. It's wild. The comments are going on. It's so funny. Somebody says, Mickey says, I have a headache from all the things. There are a lot of things out there, aren't there, Mickey? Kathy says, I am usually overwhelmed in trying to follow with everyone around me, what everyone around me thinks would work if they were in business. It's very funny how everyone has a big point of view about your business, whether they're in business or not. Sarah says, my business mate must be so mad at me. Oh my gosh, your business is not mad at you. I promise you, your business is not mad at you at all. What's really, really exciting is when you understand that your business came through you because you were the energy desiring this type of business, and you were the exact perfect match for the desires to bring this business to fruition. Now, wherever you are in your business, and let's just assume that you're not at the peak of where you would like to be. If you're not at the peak of where you would like to be, the difference between where you are and where you desire to be, that gap is you. You're the person in the gap. You're the energy, you're the thoughts, you're the feelings, you're the emotions, you're the beliefs that are stopping you moving from where you are now to where you would like to be. Now, I know we hear this in a lot of different ways, but it is really true when it comes to our businesses. There are so many different things that we experience in our businesses, so many different things that we believe are happening to us in our business. And what I really would love to bring you to is the awareness that you have way more insight into what your business requires and way more insight into what is impacting your business than you maybe ever realized. Your business is not at the effect of somebody purchasing from you or not purchasing from you. That's a bonus. All right. That when someone purchases from you, or they say, no, thank you, I don't want to purchase from you, that either way is giving you information. But what is really the gap for you in your business is you and where you're at. You cannot have a business that is thriving without the owner thriving. And I'm not talking about financially thriving. I am talking about the health of a business. the health of a business, the buoyancy of a business, the ability for the business to shift and move with the changes of time, the ability for the business to continue to create. You, my friend, must be the first person that you are looking to when it comes to really thriving. Your mental health, your emotional health, your psychological health, all of that needs to be at the forefront for you, and your physical health as well, because if your physical health is not in a positive state, it's going to affect all of the other states. But you, my friend, you are the one that needs to be in a great mental state in order for your business to start to be in the same state. Now, you can hire people to do all sorts of things in your business. You sure can. And so it'll be successful to a degree if they are successful in their area of expertise. But nobody else can carry your business, and nobody else can have your business thrive if you personally are not thriving. So I want you to ask yourself this question: where am I not thriving within myself? Physically, emotionally, psychologically. Where am I not thriving? This is for awareness. This is absolutely not for judgment. All right? Look at where you are feeling like there are areas where maybe think of it like this. What is the one thing about you in business that you would never share with anyone else? Yeah, that thing. What is that? If you would be willing to look at that without any judgment, if you would just be willing to bring your eyesights to it and start to really consider what it is and how you actually can change it, you might be shocked to see what can occur. I want you to write that question down, and I want you to really think about that and even have that question with you for the next few days. Allow yourself to be vulnerable with yourself. Nothing wrong is going to happen. Your business isn't going to suddenly collapse because you're looking at it. In fact, your business might actually be excited because guess what? Your business is aware of what's going on with you because you're that deeply connected. What your business requires first and foremost is for you to become vulnerable with you. Your business requires for you to be honest and upfront with yourself. If there is something that you're desiring to be stronger at, something that you're desiring to be more proficient at, something that you desire to have more knowledge in, not because you're looking outside of yourself and looking what everybody else is doing and worrying about what they're doing and saying, oh my gosh, I got to do this and this and this. No, I'm talking about genuine in your heart desire. If there is something that you are desiring, your business knows that that would be a piece that will help you to grow and your business to grow. So we're coming up to our first break of the show. I really do hope that you are understanding the dance on where we're going tonight. We're going to go much deeper with this as well. And if you have any questions, I would love you to put them in the chat room. Facebook, we're going to be closing down Facebook Live right now. And after the break, you'll need to come over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com/chat room, where we're going to be answering lots and lots of questions and sharing a lot more information to really help you to understand what it is that your business requires. So everyone, you're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Oh boy, we're just getting warmed up over here. Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, Christine McIver. My show is Inspired Choices on the Inspired Choices Network. Yes, they're both my businesses. How cool is that? So we are talking about how to know what your business requires. And in the first episode, the first segment rather, we talked about your business was created from everything you are and all the desires that you have on your heart. That is so important for you to remember that. Your business is working in concert with you 100%. And when you are going through a struggle, your business reflects that. I know, that's not so much fun. I want you to ask yourself, what is the one thing about you in business that you would never share with anyone else? That one thing can be a real window into what you're doing or not doing for yourself, with yourself, that will contribute to your business. So again, I want you to remember that your business, first of all, is an entity. It has its own energy. You have your own energy, but the business was created from you. It came through you because your energy matched the desires more strongly than anyone else. So your business wants to thrive. Your business has your back. Your business wants to grow, and it wants to bring you all of your desires. When you are not taking care of yourself and you're looking at the scorecard, i.e., you're looking at your bank account, you're looking at the number of sales, you're looking at what everybody else is doing and comparing yourself to that. With those things, that data is the primary of what you're focusing on, you're definitely going to start to wane in your business. It is going to be the things that really pull you back from growing within your business and then your business ultimately thriving. You never will know who you are in business until you are in business. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but you can go to business school. You can take all the courses in the world. You can have coaches, and I strongly recommend having a business coach. Not just because I'm a business coach and I'm a damn good one, but because having a business coach is like having somebody right beside you, cheering you on and guiding you in things that you can't see, like your blind spots. But when you are in business, you start to learn about who you really are. And that's where your belief systems really start to come out. That's where your fears can really start to come out. And that's where you start to learn who you really are and some of the areas that you would have never discovered if you were maybe working with someone else. You maybe wouldn't have discovered your abilities until you were in your own business. Until I started to have my own radio show, I didn't know the capacity that I had to speak. And over the years, I've honed that capacity, and I'm incredibly grateful for that ability. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have had the ability to learn how to train other people to be hosts, and hence the Inspired Choices Network wouldn't be here today. So until you are actually in your own business, you don't start to learn some of your own capacities, some of your hidden skills. And, oftentimes those hidden skills, they are really hidden from us. And until we're willing to look deeply at what's going on within ourselves, we aren't going to be able to really pull them forward. And when you're not willing to be vulnerable with yourself and be vulnerable with at least your coach about what you are emotionally experiencing, you're not going to be able to fully understand what it is that your business requires. The one thing that your business requires is for you to be honest with yourself. The one big thing that your business requires is for you to step into more of you. Your business so wants for you to succeed, and you being truthful with yourself and looking at the spaces where you're not happy, or the spaces where you're struggling, but you don't want to look at that. Those are the places where they really, really requires your attention. So I've got lots of stories I want to share with you. I'm going to share with you a very vulnerable story about me that I don't have any shame around it today, but I absolutely did. And when I had shame around it, I didn't share it with anybody. And when I didn't share it with anybody, it didn't get smaller and go away. Oh no, it got bigger and it got louder. And that's what happens when we're not willing to look at these things. Hold on, the comments are wild. I just stepped away from something I'm very good at doing, but it was a huge relief to set it down. Oh, that's amazing. That is such a great thing. Thank you for sharing that, Kathy. You might be really great at something, and there's lots of us that had previous careers before we were in our own business. You might be really great at something, but that does not necessarily mean that you're going to be happy doing it. And if you're not happy doing something, I am telling you, you cannot be as successful as you possibly could if you're doing something that you enjoy. There are a lot of people out there in the world that do what other people want them to do. Their parents maybe have told them what to do, and they're successful enough, right? But it's what are you actually measuring as success? Are they happy? Maybe not. Are they healthy? Maybe not. Do they have strong relationships? Perhaps not. But are they successful in that area? They might be. They might be bringing in money, but that's not everything. And that is not sustainable for a long time. There are a lot of people that do jobs that they don't love doing because they think that money is the only thing that is really a measure of success, or the only thing that they want people to, they believe that that's how they need to get acknowledgement and be, really shown that they are of value in the world. And what they will do to themselves and their bodies is just horrendous. I know someone that for 25 years worked in a factory, and he held a steel rod in his right hand and in his left hand a little plastic screw. And all day long, 25 years, he would take that little screw and put it on top of a freezer lid and then pound it with the steel rod. Down, pound, down, pound. 25 years. I couldn't do it for 25 minutes. There's not a chance. There's not a chance. But this person was so driven by the fact that he had to make money and there was no going after his dreams. That's what motivated him. So you need to decide, do you want to be happy and successful, or do you just want to have money? Your business requires both. Your business requires you to be happy and the desire to be successful. That's the first thing out of the gate. So you want to really take some time and examine this. And I'm telling you, I'm one of these people, and I'm going to get back to telling you the story in a little bit, but I'm one of these people that I love computers and I love working on computers. And they just light me up. I just think it's so much fun, and I love business. But when I'm at a crossroads, when I feel like I'm really struggling in my business or I'm frustrated in my business, I have to step away. I have to pause. I have to go and take some time, maybe for me sitting by the water this morning, today's summer solstice, and I was at the water this morning watching the beautiful sunrise at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was the best thing for me to do. It just filled me up. It really restored my energy, and it just restored the beauty within my body and my health. And when I come back in that space and feeling that strength within myself and the connection to my business, that gets stronger. That gets stronger and stronger. So it's so important that you spend some time with your business, but not in front of your computer. Spend some time with your business, but not in your workspace. Spend some time with your business, talking to your business without being in your normal setting. That's where you can really connect in and ask some of these big questions. So I want to tell you this story about what I was struggling with in my business, and it's quite vulnerable. So I was really struggling with, getting on my own feet. There was a lot of challenges regarding, I didn't have any upfront capital for my business, and so there was a lot of challenges in needing to purchase things and not having the money. So then, I didn't have a resource that could support me financially. I was doing this solo. And so I started to put things on credit cards, and things got out of control after a number of years. Things just got to a point. There was a big change in economics, and all of a sudden I didn't have as much coming in to really make all of those payments. So I really needed to stop and make a big change in my business. Now, at the same time, I was working with an accountant who was not being super helpful and was not doing their job, frankly. And all of a sudden, because they weren't doing their job, I got audited from the government. And, I was actually going to be an accountant, which is interesting. I'm quite organized. I'm very good with numbers, but I never stayed up on the legal part with the taxes. And so I wasn't the one that was actually working on the books and doing all the different things. So when I got audited, this accountant took off, and I was left holding the bag, not understanding the books, not understanding what needed to be done. And I was audited, and I was found I had to pay a $5,000 penalty or whatever the case may be, because there were things that were not done correctly. Well, then I found another accountant. And again, there was more trouble with these accountants. Now, it's not lost on me that this is the financial end of the business. And I'm a very organized person. I'm a very systems person. But what this has shown me was I needed to get more and more vulnerable and get very, very clear about my belief system around money. I needed to get very clear around what was important to me and looking at every single detail. I am not someone who's bad with money. I'm not someone who's frivolous with money. That wasn't the case, but I feel strongly that my business wanted me to shine, was really helping me to look at and put a light on and shine on these areas so that I could get very clear about my worth, about how I should be valuing myself and my business, and how I needed to change that imposter syndrome that was really sitting behind things and only came to the surface with this whole accounting craziness, if you will. It has been a huge gift for me. It has been a really big gift. I've gotten very clear about what is mine and what isn't, the beliefs that I bought into, some generational information. If Elizabeth is here with us, I was listening, really learning about what I bought into that is not mine, and really understanding that it's extremely important that I keep being vulnerable about the places where I maybe don't want to look. So where is it in your business in your heart, in your belief system that you're not wanting to look at. Look at some of the repeat issues that you've been having with your business. Look at some of those things that keep repeating. They're repeating to support you. They're repeating so that you can learn from them and grow from them. All right. So we are up to our second break of the show. Oh my gosh, this is going fast. I have got a lot more for you. Do not go away. You are listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right, everyone. You are listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver. We're here on the Inspired Choices Network. And if you were listening to that last commercial break, I wanted you to really listen in. And we have the Inspired Choices Network has their own smartphone app. So you can get it either on Android or Apple. Just search Inspired Choices Network and you can listen to all the shows live. You can definitely go in and listen to all the shows on demand, both the audio and you can watch the TV shows right from that phone app. So be sure to download that and please share it with all your friends because the resource is huge. There's over 6,000 shows that you can listen to. It's honestly, it's a university for growing and learning. So tonight we are talking all about how to know what your business requires. And if you are just joining us, if you've missed the first two segments, you definitely need to go back and listen because it really leads into, it's a growing conversation that I want you to learn about you and learn about how you can really understand and grow with your business. So in the last section, we were talking about you will never know who you are in business until you are in business. You are going to grow and learn no matter how much education you have in advance. You are going to learn things about yourself you had no idea about. And your business requires you to step into you, to really stepping into being more of you. So that's where it's so important that you become vulnerable with yourself, become vulnerable and look at those areas where things have not always been going well. They're not there to hurt you. They're not there to hold you back. They're there to have you move forward and grow. So I've had people say to me before, well, Christine, you always say that business should be pleasurable, and I do. But if I'm not having pleasure in my business, maybe I shouldn't be in my business. That's not necessarily true. So here's how you know that your business is right for you. Sit down, take a minute, and think about what you desire. What is it you desire to bring to the world? What do you desire to have your business contribute to the world? check into those desires. And if those desires match what kind of business you have today, then you just have some gaps. There's nothing wrong with what you are doing. If what you desire to bring to the world is not matching what you're doing in your business, maybe it's time to look at doing your business differently. Are you doing your business for somebody else? Are you doing your business to please someone else? Are you just doing your business for money? There is nothing wrong with money. Do not get me wrong. I truly believe everyone has the capacity to be a millionaire. I honestly do, and I'll do a show on that at some point. But this is not, it doesn't start there. It can't start with just the money. The money is a output of your desires and your actions and all of the beautiful energies that you and your business are together. That's a result of, not the reason for. So you want to check in with your business. You want to check in with what you are doing today and if it really does have your heart sing. If you still desire these things and you're struggling, be happy, because then we've got information. Now we've got data that we can work with. All right. So I'm going to give you some practical tips, because I've really been coming at you with the psychology here, but I want to give you some practical tips. All right. So if your business is struggling, let's say your business is struggling, or you're struggling with trying to get organized. All right. You feel like you've got, thousands of emails, you've got all sorts of papers all over your desk, you've got all sorts of files, and you're just, every time you go to do something, you're just shifting and shifting and shifting. All right. Is anybody struggling with that? I mean, I don't know too many business owners who haven't been in this position. If you're in this position and this continues, it's a reoccurring theme in your life that you never seem to be able to catch up. Your business requires you to get organized. It requires you to get organized for many reasons. First and foremost, if you need to get organized, if you are disorganized and you are frustrated and you're running in every direction, number one, you're not going to be able to communicate with your business very clearly. Number two, you're not going to be able to receive some creative ideas, some new creations that are desiring to come through you. Your business isn't going to be able to catch your attention because you have got noise and traffic all in the way. If you are disorganized and you're going in 6 directions, your emotional self, your psychological self, and your physical self is going to be impacted. Imagine what that does to your physical body when you are frustrated. Your blood pressure goes up, your frustration goes up. You might then reach for food that is not, positive for your body. You might be working too many hours. You might not be taking the nurturing breaks that you require. There's so many things that we end up doing. And when you're not doing that, when you're not organized, when you don't have things flowing, when you're not asking for help, you didn't come to a planet to be alone. You came to a planet with, 6 billion plus people. When you're not listening to those signals, you cannot thrive in your business. Your business requires you to get organized. And it's not as hard as you think. All right. That is absolutely something that I do with clients all the time. Help them understand how simple it can be to get organized. All right. This is one of the best gifts that you can give yourself. I am someone, especially with emails. I work in emails. My emails, my primary way that I communicate with my clients, the way that I keep the business organized, the way that I communicate with my team, with all of my hosts. And so my emails, I'm on top of my emails all of the time. Now, some people, like I know that there are companies out there that they will only check their emails twice a day. If that works for their business, that's perfect. it doesn't work for me. Now, I don't have it open all the time. I will open it first thing in the morning. I'll go through it. I'll get it cleaned up, see if there's anything I need to respond to quickly, see if there's any changes that are happening that need to happen immediately. And then I will come back to it about once an hour and see what's going on. I keep that very organized so that I can respond in a very timely fashion to my clientele, and I can see what needs my attention. Honestly, I love to have less than 20 emails in my inbox, and I'm nearly down to 10 because that is something that I stay very organized with. So that's just an example of knowing what your business requires from you. Where are you frustrated? Are you frustrated in learning how to communicate with possible clients? Is actually learning how to, somebody says, oh my God, I have thousands in my inbox. I have work to do. Yes, you do. You should not have more than 50 emails in your inbox. I am serious. No person can stay on top of that. And when you are missing so many things, when you're not organized in your emails. And I have seen people with, I know somebody that was working with me. She had over 100,000 emails when we first met. And yeah, it was crazy. It was wild. And I'm like, you cannot possibly function well with that. It's kind of like your adrenals are going to be shot when you've got that, oh my God, is there something in there I should be paying attention to? You know, you've got that happening. It's so critical that you listen to this. So, oh my gosh. Somebody said, Christine was in mine last week and told me to unsubscribe. I'm down to 300-ish. That's awesome. Congratulations, Elizabeth. I'm thrilled for you. That makes me so happy. You have no idea. So we're back to if you are nervous to speak to people, if you're nervous on how to communicate and what form to communicate to clients, and that's holding you back from possibly getting new clients and growing your business, maybe it's time to hire a coach who can guide you in that area. Maybe it's time for you to take a course in learning how to communicate. Perhaps it's time for you to really ask yourself, what is it that I'm afraid of? What is it that is really holding me back? If your business, if you're nervous about it or you get frustrated with the idea of communicating with people, that is a telltale sign that your business requires you to do this. Because how is your business going to be able to be shown to the world so that people can choose to work with you if you're not able to communicate with your business or with your possible clientele, right? Your business also requires you to understand business in the world today. Now, you do not have to understand every system out there. You don't. You need to have some basic systems down. You need to have first of all, you need to have a good accountant that helps you with your bookkeeping and your accounting. That's number one. Another system that you need to have is you need to have a good organization in your emails. So you know exactly where you can go to find what emails that you need to reference. The next thing you need is you need to have a system of communicating with your clients. If you have a database of clients, you want to have a newsletter, some form of communicating with them. You want to have some marketing ideas and understand how that marketing works and have a system in place so that you're not waking up every morning freaking out about what you're going to do. Your business needs you to be the leader of your business. Your business needs you to really step up and say, okay, this is what we're creating and this is what we're going to do. And when your business knows that A, you're confident that you are going to move forward, and B, you're also willing to look at what's not working with yourself and with your business, and you're willing to ask for help. That's such a big thing. When you're not willing to ask for help, your business will not thrive. Why is that? Because you alone cannot know every aspect of business. We have a very different business culture today than we had many years ago. To understand how different systems, how different platforms function how to communicate, what the rules are in communication. You cannot know all of those things. I don't know all of those things. I know a lot of those things, but for the areas that I'm not competent in, I ask for help. So ask yourself this question: have I been asking for help in my business? And if you get kind of a heaviness in your chest or in your stomach, that's really a no. You haven't been. Are you willing to put your hand up and ask for help? And no, it is absolutely no reflection on you. None whatsoever. Asking for help is saying, you know what? I'm willing to do what it takes for my business. I'm willing to say, I don't know all these areas. I don't know what's happening, and I need someone's guidance. If someone asked you for help, would you think less of them, or would you be excited to be able to support them moving forward? That's what I am. I'm excited to support people to help them move forward. We are up to our last break of the show. You are listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. Don't go away. We're going to be talking about some of the last tools I want to share with you. And also, I want to let you know that next week, my show is going to be how to stop resisting business success. So stick around, everyone. We'll be right back after this break.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Yes, my friends, send me an email. Let me know what you're struggling with. Perhaps it's a quick conversation, or perhaps you would like the services of someone who's learned a lot in business and has a lot of resources to support you. So the last thing I want to teach you tonight about what your business requires and how to know what your business requires is you can communicate with your business. You can actually ask your business questions. Now, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about if you have a child, if you think about your child and you can basically pick up on what's going on with them or understand what they need, that is an ability that you have with everything. You can check in on things. You can hone that ability again and again. One of the best ways to do that is by asking your business a question. This is my favorite thing to do in the morning. It's like I have lists of things that I want to work on, and I write them down. I like to have them written down, and I will look at that list and I will ask my business, what should we focus on today? And the first thing that jumps off the page that I can actually read, that's my business's way of assisting me to understand where it wants me to go. Now, I've been doing this probably for 5 or 6 years. And at first I thought, you're crazy, McIver. This is insane. But I'll tell you, it's one of the biggest things that relieves you, because it's like I'll focus on what my business will say, ask me to pay attention to. And then before I know it, something will come in to support that action, which will lead me to something else that I thought was a bigger priority. And it's just so interesting. In fact, it happened this week. I was having a conversation with a colleague, and we were chatting about something that he was supporting me with, and we were doing a bit of a creation with. And I just happened to mention something about a system I'm thinking about using. Well, before you know it, he had been speaking to me about this. He's showing me something completely different, and something that is going to be a huge asset to my business. All because my business said, oh, go talk to this person about this. That was the smaller part of the conversation. If you're willing to ask these questions of your business, and you're willing to look at where you're struggling and ask for some help, put up a hand. You having a conversation, 1 or 2 conversations with a coach might give you so much insight into what you can be doing that's going to support you to get you where you want to go. You will be shocked at how this can change. And these things can change quickly, my friends. You do not have to learn every single solitary system out there. You do not have to have the best of everything, the newest of everything. It's absolutely astounding when you work with someone that they can really show you some different options and different perspectives that oftentimes we can't see. We cannot see the forest for the trees. That is the way that it is with each and every one of us. We're all here on our own journey. We're all having our own personal experience in all of this. And the fact of the matter is that we came here to grow. You came here to grow, and having your own business is one of the most magnificent ways to learn to grow. But you have got to be willing to grow. Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to grow with your business? And are you willing to actually be successful? And that's our show next week, how to stop resisting business success. And these are some of my most favorite topics, because you know what? We are all here to have business success, whether it's in our own business or when we're working with someone else. Everything that you desire is available to you. But you've got to be willing to get out of your own way. You've got to be willing to look at what it is that you're stopping yourself with. And then from there, everything can change. You know what? Every single day, things are getting better. Every single solitary day. Do you know that on your heart? Do you believe that? Take good care of yourselves, my friend. Be kind to yourself. Start looking at what's going on with yourself. Be willing to be vulnerable. I know sometimes that can be painful to admit, where maybe you quote unquote failed. You didn't fail because you're still here, but where you've decided that you failed. I know that can be painful. And I know that can be, a real burner some days. And I've been there. Everybody's been there that's ever been successful, because you don't get to success without having those days. You don't get to that level of success and growth without being willing to look at the challenges. You weren't born into knowing how to do business. And like I said before, until you are in your own business, you're not going to know who you are and where the gaps are, where the challenges are, where you need to be focusing. So you cannot know this before you start your business. Being in business is one of the best ways to learn about where you need to grow. But remember, your business is here to support you. Your business is working in concert with you. So if you're struggling with something, that may be the very reason that your business is struggling. You've got the ability to change this. You've got the ability to make a difference in your own life and in your business. It's up to you. You've got to decide what's more valuable. What's more valuable, hiding things away from the world, or being willing to look at everything so that you can change it and really have what you desire? Until next time, my friends, remember, You can always make another choice. Take good care of yourself and take good care of your business, and it'll take care of you. Bye for now.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.